Let me unmute myself. Hey, Facebook, what's going on? It's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in with you. It is Thursday. Hey, it's just another day to be grateful, right? But I'm here to talk to y'all about a very powerful topic, right? And before I share my screen, for those of you who don't know, you may follow me, you may wonder what it is that I do. I work with a group of individuals, entrepreneurs, business owners, nurses, doctors, lawyers, you name it, right? But we're teaching strategies on how to show you how to take back control of your economy, right? Because we all know things are jacked up. We're not here to talk about that today. We're here to provide you with a plan, right? And so I want to share with each and every one of you how to develop your own personal cash flow plan, right? So y'all know the deal. This is live on Facebook. I'm tuning in out of the great state of Georgia, down in the dirty South, man. So do me a favor, drop your city, drop your state. Hey, and as always, you want to share this, right? But listen, before I dive into how to create a personal cash flow plan, we first got to understand why it is so important, right? When it comes to cash flow, you see, a lot of us, we may think, man, I'm not making enough money on my job. I might have to go get a part-time something to fulfill my lifestyle, right? And so real quick, the difference between income and cash flow is income is actually measured in dollars, right? That's how much money we make. Cash flow is measured in time. That's how long that money is going to stay in your house. And so the problem is it may not really necessarily be an income problem. You may very well get paid and make a decent amount of income. You just have what we call a negative cash flow, right? More money is going out versus coming in. And we teach people how to legally take back control of the money that you're working so hard for, right? I mean, think about it. You're putting in the time, effort, and the labor to make the money. So it just makes sense for you to keep most of that money, right? So real quick, let me go ahead and pull up some slides that I want to share with y'all, right? Because I want to show you step by step exactly how to develop a personal cash flow plan, right? So y'all know the deal. Grab a pen and a pad and let's talk cash flow. And that's actually one of the things that I want to show you is, from now on, after today's presentation, when somebody asks you what's up, I know we say, oh man, just chilling, or man, I'm just cooling, or I can't call it, whatever you want to say. But after today's presentation, we're gonna say, when somebody asks you what's up, you tell them my cash flow, right? Because we're talking about money, right? You got to speak it to existence. We all live in abundance, right? So the term today is cash flow, right? I put it in the text above, right after this presentation. If you want more information, if this is making sense to you, all you got to do is comment below keyword cash flow, and I will personally send you the details, right? So let's talk about cash flow. What is it, right? Why are we teaching you how to, develop your own personal cash flow plan? Well, it's pretty much a detailed plan on how to apply discretionary or extra cash flow to your finances each month to be able to attain. That's how your personal cash flow plan is going to work, right? To obtain financial success. All right. This is how we're going to show you how to do it. Acquire as much cash flow as possible each and every month. We're not talking about selling any products. We're not talking about going door to door. We're not talking about getting an extra job. We're talking about a business, right? So you see it, business income, right? You start a business, we're going to teach you how to teach your circle the same exact strategies you are learning, right? So you're going to generate business income, right? And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but you can be in position where you help other people improve their finances just like you're learning today, and you can generate business income. Business income is taxed less than those of us who work a W-2, right? So that's extremely important. Also, we're going to teach you how to legally, ethically, and morally lower your taxes. I know we got all the tax talk, all the craziness about such and such pays this and such pays that. Don't worry about it. Worry about your cash flow. We're going to show you how to strategically lower your taxes, right? By visiting the W-4 form, right? The W-4 form, that's the form that, you fill out on your job. You tell your employer how much federal taxes you want taken out of your paycheck, right? The fact is, over 85% of working Americans actually have that form filled out wrong. And that's not your fault. But guess what? We're going to empower you and teach you how to properly adjust that form so you can take back control of those federal taxes, right? We're not talking about, Medicare, Social Security, state taxes. You can't do nothing about that, right? But you can control the one tax, federal taxes. And on average, that's anywhere from $100 to $500 a month, just depending on how much taxes you're paying, how much money you're making, right? And then also we're going to talk about, less your expenses and getting out of debt, right? Ask yourself this question: how much more money would I have if my debt was zero? I'm going to pause on that, right? Because we're talking about less expenses. There may be some things that you're spending money on each and every month that you may not even need. Cut it off. Put that money back into your household. Let's get that cash flow up. And like I said, eliminate your debt. We're going to show you how to take the new tax dollars, right? Because the government forced you to overpay taxes. Now, the way we look at it, since they got you into debt, we're going to show you how to have the government get you out of debt without using your own money. All right. And then apply the extra cash flow to the steps in the system. That's how all this works, right? It's a snowball effect. Next, step 2, because believe it or not, this is going by steps. We are going to teach you, this is exactly what the wealthy are doing. We're going to teach you how to strategically create extra cash flow, right? It's very simple. Step 1, generate a $3,000 beginner emergency fund, right? This is usually done in a money market account. You can't put it in the savings account, but just imagine how long that's going to take to build if you were the only one contributing. When you put it in a money market account, that money is growing and working for you, right? So you want to generate a $3,000 mini emergency fund, because think about it. Emergencies are only inconveniences when you don't have the proper cash flow, right? It's one thing to, have to get tires repaired on your vehicle and you don't have that money in the bank. Now you're panicking. You're in panic mode. But when you have the money and it's not going to hurt you, it's simply an inconvenience, right? Step 2, you should keep the emergency fund separate from your regular checking account, right? Just because, you don't want to accidentally spend that money. You don't want to touch that money. This has to be money that you are constantly building, right? And then step number 3, build until you get 3,000. Don't stop. And again, if you borrow, you must pay back, right? If you have to go dig in there to take care of something that takes place in your home or your vehicle or whatever the case may be, make sure you put it back. And then the most important part, it says, do not go to step 3 until you complete step 2. So until you hit that $3,000 mini emergency, do not go to step 3. All right. Step number 3. Now we're talking about building a retirement account of some kind, right? Most of us working the job, we have what's called a 401k, 403b, IRAs, military folks, we got TSPs, right? But what you want to start out doing at the minimum, contribute at least 5% of your income, right? I got a mentor right now. He's contributing over 40% of his income to his investments, to his retirements, right? So you got to start somewhere though, right? So once you get to building that 5% and you're able to contribute 5%, keep that going, right? And again, at the bottom, hey, do not go to step 4 until you complete step 3, right? You want to get that retirement account going, contributing at least 5%. Your money's going to be working for you, right? Don't just keep putting your money in a savings account, because the banks, they don't know you. They don't love you. They're not going to give you more than 1, maybe 2% if you're lucky return on your investment, right? So it just makes sense to have your money working for you, especially when it comes for your retirement. And again, retirement income, you're investing. That's a tax deferred option, right? When you retire, when you contribute to your retirement accounts, they have limits. When you max those limits out, you lower your tax liability, right? I forgot to tell you, do not go to step 4 until you complete step 3, right? Next, we're going to talk about step 4, paying off all your consumer debt. We're not talking about your mortgage, right? But when it comes to paying off your debt, we teach a strategy, and we have an amazing tool that is actually going to come with your business, right? Yes, it is an investment, right? So when you comment below using keyword cash flow, I'm going to send you all the details on how it all works, how you can get started, right? Because I'm only talking to people who are serious about building their wealth, right? But when you pay off all your consumer debt, we teach you how to strategically snowball your debt, right? So you're going to apply the remainder of your cash flow after living expenses, take care of your living expenses, of course, and whatever's left over, take that extra money and put it towards your debt. And we're going to teach you how to set up the MyEcon debt elimination plan, right? It's going to show you how to take all your debts, strategically chop away one after another, right? We have people whose testimonies where, you have a 30-year mortgage, people are paying off their mortgages in 10 to 12 years simply by following that plan, right? But again, don't go to step 5 until you complete step 4. All right. Next, we're talking about maxing out your investments, maxing out your retirement. If you are not maxing out your retirement investments, raise payments to the max, right? So when you think about it, I don't know what your particular investments or your retirement accounts are, but you have to look because there is a max that you can contribute each and every year. Again, step number 5. This is a great place to be. I have some personal business partners who are actually at step number 5. My personal mentor is actually right here, maxing out your retirement investments. This is going to help you in so many ways. For one, you're building your investment portfolio, you're building your retirement portfolio, but you're also lowering your tax liability, right? The government rewards, when it comes to taxes, you actually reap a benefit of, when you contribute to an investment account, when you contribute to a retirement account, at the end of the year, you're going to get documentation to show, hey, I contributed X amount of dollars towards my retirement. Now I'm able to legally lower my tax liability. And again, do not go to step 6 until you complete step 5. Now, after you maxed out your retirement, hey, we're going to talk about building that full emergency fund, right? Take all of your available monthly cash flow. After living expenses, remember, you got to take care of the house first. The fund should be built to 3 to 6 months of living expenses. So just do the math. If your living expenses are, let's just say $2,000 a month, times that by 6, that's $12,000. So you need to have a full emergency fund of $12,000, right? The extra cash flow can be acquired from lowering the taxes, lowering your debt, lowering your expenses, and business income, right? We're talking about leveraging residual income. You take all your monies, right? Because I just gave you 4 monies. When you lower your taxes, when you lower your debt, when you lower your expenses, and you generate business income, that's 4 monies. Remember I told you in the beginning, there's no need to go get another job. 1 job is for 1 person. 2 jobs is for 2 people. When you get another job, all you're doing is you're setting yourself up to be taxed twice. I don't want to pay more taxes, right? Why go get another job? It just makes sense to generate business income, to learn how to legally minimize your debt, minimize your taxes, to learn how to get out of debt, to learn how to, lower your expenses. And again, like I've been saying, do not go to step 7 until you complete step 6. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. Pay off mortgage, right? Step number 7. This is a beautiful place to be. I know some people who are on step 7, right? So take all of your available cash flow after expenses. Remember, I said we got to take care of the house, take care of the bills, take care of the family, right? If you're renting, hey, go buy a home and proceed to step 7B, right? Because think about it. If you're renting a house, you may have to do that for right now. But when you get in position to where you generate enough cash flow, go buy a home, reward yourself, reward your family, right? And it says if you're buying a home, go to step 7B. So step 7B says take all your available cash flow and pay off your mortgage. Remember, I told you earlier, we are helping people take a 30-year mortgage and pay off their house in 10 to 12 years, 15 years. Shoot, if you could pay a 30-year mortgage off in 20 years, that's still a win. But you got to have the strategies. And again, Don't go to step 8 until you complete step 7, right? Then step number 8, right? Start building your investment portfolio over and above your retirement accounts, right? Stocks, bonds, real estate, mutual funds, ETFs, annuities. I got it. It sounds like Spanish. It did to me too, right? You should have extra cash by the time you get to this step, so you can afford to blow up your portfolio, your investment portfolio, continue to contribute to your retirement accounts, right? Financial knowledge will have increased by this point. Remember I said it sounded like Spanish, right? But by the time you get to this point, you will have grown. The further you go, the further you can see. My mentor, Terrence Hill, tells me all the time, right? But ladies and gentlemen, the definition and perspective of what I just went over when it comes to developing a personal cash flow plan is, having the mindset, understanding that you need a plan regardless of what you're doing. And I got it. We got, life insurance, health insurance, disability insurance, long-term care insurance. Many financial needs may exist. So that's why it's very important that you have this conversation with your family, with your loved ones, right? So you understand what you are planning on doing, what your financial future looks like, right? But at the same time, MyEcon, the personal financial success company, we focus on helping our associates increase their cash flow and financial knowledge. So while it's important to, yes, I got to have a life insurance plan if that's what you choose, health insurance, disability insurance, whatever the case may be. At the same time, you also need to learn how to increase your cash flow and your financial knowledge, right? But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it boils down to this. You can sit here and you can listen to all the knowledge. You can sit here and you can overlook the fact that, I'm good. I might be struggling. You might not even be living paycheck to paycheck. You may just want some extra income. But do not go get another job. What you need is a personal cash flow plan. This is not taught in school for a reason, right? And so for most of us, we need a plan, right? We're not going to interfere with what you're currently doing. It's not going to require you to go out and sell anything. All it's going to require you to do is put a strategy behind what you're doing, which is a business. So for those of you that watch the live, I'm going to go back and, I'm on Zoom, so I'll go back and check out the comments. But for those of you that want more information and you see this on my page, right, and you follow me, all you got to do is comment keyword cash flow below, and I will personally send you the details on how you can obtain your own personal cash flow plan, because it's extremely important. We're here to help. We're here to expose you to the education. We're here to empower you, and we're here to educate, right? But if you see this on somebody else's page or somebody else may tag with you, hey, get back with that person that tagged you on this live, and hey, just give them your feedback. Let them know how you're doing. Let me know how I did, right? Give me some feedback on how you feel the personal cash flow plan may be able to benefit you. And I got it. We got some people out there that are extremely intelligent, right? That, got it all figured out, got it all going on. Hey, let me know what it is that you're doing, because we're all here to help. We're here to empower those around us, right? But at the end of the day, man, your personal cash flow plan is something that everybody needs in order to achieve financial freedom, right? So it's yours truly, Nick Woodard, checking in on this beautiful Thursday, man. It's a grateful day to be alive. But y'all know the deal, man. Drop your city, drop your state. And if you catch the replay, hey, man, drop replay and share this video, man. But I appreciate everybody that jumped on. Y'all stay safe, stay blessed, and let's get out here and get that cash flow up, baby. Peace.